As most of you can tell, I'm a fan of Helluva Boss. I think the playlist of all my videos on the series makes that obvious. Whenever a new episode comes out, I watch it immediately. Mostly because I'm a fan, but also because it gives me ideas on videos to make for my channel. However, I never expected to make a video like this, where I'd be defending an episode. For those unaware, many people have complained about the latest episode, Western Energy. More specifically, they're complaining about Blitz's reaction to seeing Stolas as he's taken into a hospital.
He can get hurt?
This has led some people to complain about the series, saying this proves the writing is horrible. Even Shady Durags, one of my favorite cartoon reviewers on YouTube, made a tweet complaining about the writing when saying he's not a fan of the series. However, I think these complaints aren't looking at the full context behind this scene. This video is me explaining why, in my opinion, Blitz's reaction to Stolas being hurt makes sense. Again, this is only my opinion, it is not attacking anyone with a different opinion. I've always encouraged discussion in my videos, and this is no different. Also, I mentioned Shady specifically because I'm a fan of his and wanted to tell you to check him out if you're unfamiliar with him. With all that out of the way, let's start the discussion with episode 2 for season 1, Loo Loo Land. That episode involves Stolas taking Octavia to Loo Loo Land and hiring the imp crew to serve as their security. However, we learned that's not the case when he's about to call them.
Now, I'm calling the only man who can me.
What?
Who can protect me? Us.
You could argue that Stolas is just doing that to kill two birds with one stone by having the person he loves bodyguard him, but this is also Stolas' reaction when he's in quote-unquote danger.
Oh, Blitzy! I need my bodyguard, please! Oh, how delightful! Oh, my, what good aim you have, Blitzy. I think I'm supposed to be bodyguarded right now. Where is Blitzy? He's my knight in shining armor, not you littler ones.
I think it's safe to assume that Stolas didn't believe he needed security. He used that excuse to be around Blitz and flirt with him, despite saying he wanted to spend the day with his daughter. It was also messed up that he did that, but I'll give him credit for apologizing and talking to Octavia near the end of the episode. Speaking of, we also get to see why Stolas wasn't concerned about being in danger at Loo Loo Land after talking to Octavia. My point in bringing these scenes up is Stolas has never felt concerned for his life because he's so powerful. Yes, Goetias like Stolas can be killed, but we also know that Goetias are one of the top classes in hell. In vivziepop's own words, they're right below the 7 deadly sins.
You know, like the top of the food chain is Lucifer, and he's like the runner, you know, he's like the king of all of it. Charlie's underneath him because she's his heir. You know, underneath him is the 7 deadly sins, and underneath them is the Ars Goetia, and then... This tells us that the Goetias are one of the most powerful groups in hell. In comparison, look at someone like Alistair from Hazbin Hotel. Whether Alistair is the antagonist of Hazbin Hotel or not, we can all agree he's a powerful character. He's capable of doing things that others can't, like when he defeated Serpentis. However, he's just an overlord, and vivziepop has made it clear that Goetias are above overlords like Alistair. My point is that Stolas is so powerful that he never considered it an actual concern that someone would want to kill him. Think of some of Stolas' most badass moments in the series, like when he saved the imp crew from the dorks. That alone scares me to wonder what other powers he has that we don't know about. While I am bringing up all these points, I know the counter to this is Stolas can still be killed, and we even see Stryker try to do that in the Harvest Moon Festival. Here's the other point though, Blitz is always there to help Stolas. In that same episode, when Stryker is about to shoot Stolas, Blitz stops him. Keep in mind, it's never shown that Blitz knew what Stryker was planning, or that he attacked Moxie and Millie. The only reason that Blitz being there makes sense is if he found out about Stryker on his own. Also, when he fights Stryker, he kicks his ass. Yes, Moxie helps a little, but watch the fight back. Most hits are Blitz hitting Stryker and forcing him into a corner. Moxie's only contribution is firing a warning shot at him. I call it a warning shot because I seriously doubt Moxie would have missed from that distance, considering how skilled he is with guns. Also, the only reason Stryker gets away is Luna accidentally knocks out Moxie, giving him an opening to escape. My point is even when Stolas either wasn't aware or didn't care that his life was at risk, Blitz was there to save him. Even when you look back at Loo Loo Land, Blitz was able to kill anyone messing with Stolas quickly.
I pointed out earlier that Stolas wasn't worried during that episode, it was just using it as an excuse to have Blitz there, but it still showed that Blitz is good at his job. He can ensure that Stolas is safe, whether it is a serious threat or not. However, Blitz is also aware that Stolas can defend himself and will find an excuse to get Blitz around him. Blitz even assumed that's what he was calling for when Stolas called him in Loo Loo Land.
Oh, look, I just had a chemical peel, so you'll have to find someone else's face to plant that feathered ass.
This leads to my next point. Blitz didn't take this seriously because he didn't think Stolas was in real danger. Besides my earlier point about Loo Loo Land, listen to how Stolas talks to Blitz when he calls him for help in Western Energy.
I seem to have found myself in a bit of a sitch. I'm tied on the back of a horse at the moment.
Lucky bitch.
Well, no. Rather unlucky. I seem to have been stolen by that little cowboy friend of yours.
It sounds similar to how Stolas called out for help in Loo Loo Land when the episode clarifies that Stolas was never in real danger. You could argue that Stolas didn't know he was in real danger either, which I agree with, but I think it only adds to my point. If Stolas doesn't sound as concerned, why would Blitz think it's a serious threat? Simply put, they didn't take it seriously because of the reasons I brought up earlier. Blitz figured even if Stryker was planning something, Stolas would be tough enough to handle it. He's seen a little of what Stolas is capable of when he saved them in Truth Seekers. On the other hand, Stolas just assumed Blitz would come to save him, like usual. On top of that, Stolas has never had a moment where he felt like he was in danger. Let's not forget, this was the same guy sitting across from his bitch of a wife, talking on the phone with the hitman she hired to kill him. While I wouldn't say Western Energy is my favorite episode, I enjoyed how it builds up for what I've seen in previous episodes. Again, anyone making the complaints I brought up earlier is looking at this episode out of context of the whole series. Was Stolas in real danger from the start? Absolutely. Does that mean that everyone in this episode took said danger seriously? Definitely not. Again, both had reasons for not viewing this as a real threat, which is why neither took it seriously. However, as Blitz finally saw Stolas rush into the hospital, he realized that Stolas wasn't as invincible as he once thought. That made his reaction so perfect because it was a wake-up call for something that he thought was impossible. Not only did I enjoy seeing Blitz's reaction change at the end of the episode, but I'm looking forward to see how this will affect their relationship in the future. However, Blitz and Stolas' relationship is a video for another time. For now, I say Western Energy is a sign of vivziepop continuing to build up in the long term for this series, and is another reason I'm still a fan of Helluva Boss. Hey everyone, thanks for staying until the end of this video. It's always great seeing a new episode of Helluva Boss, because as I said, it gives me ideas on new videos to make for my channel. Also, you heard me right. I will finally be doing a video on Blitz and Stolas' relationship. I'm not sure when that will come out, but I have much to say about their relationship. However, I want to hear your thoughts on this video before that. What were your thoughts on Western Energy? Do you think Blitz's reaction made sense, or do you think the writing is an issue for the series? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more of my content in the future. I'm Marco Strange. Stay safe. Stay strange.